election. But David, what do you make of the current president now accusing the former president of collusion?
Well, first of all, Congressman Hoekstra got a number of things wrong about the Washington Post story, and I would encourage all of your readers to read the story because it's very, very fascinating. What the story says is that the Obama administration knew about the interference by Russia, and it was hotly debating what its response should be. It made the public aware that this had happened too. And at the time that the Obama administration was debating what to do, Trump, as campaigning for president, denied that it even happened. He multiple times said it could have been a 400-pound person on his couch as much as it could have been Russia. So he downplayed it. Now, what Obama ultimately did is put in place sanctions in December. They were not strong enough, and that's also one of the points of the Washington Post article. In fact, some of Obama's inner circle also believe that the reaction should have been stronger. But what's also ironic is, as meager as those sanctions are, Trump wants to roll those sanctions back, so he wants to do even less. So it's quite odd that he's now criticizing Obama and claiming that he needs an apology. It's also very important to note that we have just started this special counsel investigation. We don't know what the evidence is going to be. Pete Hoekstra doesn't know what the evidence is going to be. Trump doesn't know what the evidence is going to be. Only the FBI knows some of the evidence, and they haven't even collected all of the evidence. So for Trump to say that there's no evidence of collusion is incorrect. The fact is we don't know what the evidence is. And Sean Spicer also tried to make this logical leap today in his press conference, saying because the Obama administration knew about interference from Russia, therefore there was no collusion. No, there's an investigation, and we have to wait for the results of the investigation.
Pete, you want to respond?
Sure. I mean, what we do know is the intelligence community and the law enforcement community was watching this election because they knew the threat was out there. They were watching it in real time. They have not seen, they didn't identify anything in real time. The other thing that you have to go back and ask is, if the Obama administration was so aware and had the compelling evidence, I know that if a congressman is targeted by the Russians, perhaps for being, or is targeted to be turned or influenced, we as the Intelligence Committee were briefed, and we would make a decision along with the intelligence community as to whether that member should be briefed on the fact that the Russians were targeting them or some other foreign power. The real question here is also, did the Obama administration fully brief the Trump and Clinton campaigns, the other relevant political committees, so that they would know that they might be targeted by the Russians, and secondly, that they could prepare the defenses and be on the lookout for suspicious activity that would say that the Russians were coming? There's no evidence that the Obama did anything to make the candidates, their campaigns, or the political parties aware of the threat that was out there. The other
he did
thing
go to Congress, though. He did go to Congress. Guys, we got to leave it there. I'm sorry, we're running out of time. We have Congressman Rand Paul, who we're going to interview. I got to intervene. I'm so sorry to interrupt. And we have more to discuss. Certainly, we'll have you back. Congressman Hoekstra and David Tafuri, thank you both for joining.